So let's welcome for the Krsna book reading time now. And welcome to the ISKCON of Bergen County. The next program is a reading of Krsna book. His Grace, Her Grace Sama Priya C. Mataji will be giving us the class today. Let me check. Mataji is here. Mataji, you there?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, I'm here. Could you please make me as the co-host so I can share my screen, Prabhuji?
Sure. I think Ramji Prabhu, can you make her host, co-host?
Hare Krishna, this is Pooja.
Hare Krishna, Pooja Mataji. Are you first time joining the program?
Yes. First time. Shamaji had told me about it. So I've been chanting with her along in the morning hours. So yeah, so it's been a good experience with ISKCON.
Very nice. Welcome to ISKCON of Bergan, and thank you for joining the program and giving us your association. I'm sure that you all will be benefited with your association. Mataji, I'm just trying to figure out who can make the host,
Sure.
co-host. I had to make some calls probably. Who else is there on the call? Just give me 1 second. Let me find out.
Sure, maybe may I start and
Yeah,
when
maybe
you give me the co-host, I can share.
Yeah, start the prayers and then I'll make call to make the co-host.
Sure.
Okay.
That would work.
Yeah, please
Thank you.
go on. But before that, I just wanted to introduce you as well. Well, most of the people knows in this group, and is anybody else new in this group? First time joining?
Yes, my name is Silva. I am also first time joining today.
So Hare Krishna Silva, welcome to ISKCON of Bergen Krishna book reading session today, and we are very happy to be here with you. So first thing to start with, let's welcome Mataji with the one Mahamantra. You can all unmute and greet her. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shama Priyashi Mataji is the disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and she has been very consistent, sincere, serious devotee. And as far as I know her for past 5 years, she's been a very kind and very humble devotee with a lot of knowledge, and we are very happy to have her here. And control goes to Mataji. Please go ahead, Mataji. I'll figure it out how to make co-host. Oh, you're there.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for giving an wonderful opportunity to share whatever I learned from Acharyas. Let's begin with our Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswata Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today we are going to discuss about the wonderful pastime of Salvation of Trṇāvarta. So Srila Prabhupada begins this chapter by glorifying about Krishna. In today's over 30 minutes, we will discuss about topics as who is Krishna, why we need to hear about him, and a couple of pastimes of salvation of Shakatashur, Tṛṇāvarta, and what are the anarthas they represent, what is the lesson learned from it for us being a devotee. Srila Prabhupada begins the chapter by explaining who is God, who is Bhagavan. So Bhagavan means one who possesses all the 6 opulences in full: wealth, fame, beauty, knowledge, renunciation, and strength. So Krishna possesses all these 6 opulences in full. So he incarnated in different complete eternal forms of incarnations. As you see here, I have put together a few incarnation of Lord who appears in different incarnation. And we want to hear those pastimes about the Lord. Why? Because pastimes of Lord are not material. They are beyond the material conception. The conditioned soul can benefit by hearing such uncommon activities. Why again we need to hear those? Because hearing is an opportunity to associate closely with the Lord just by hearing these incarnations about the Bhagavan. Okay, so our conditioned souls are mostly so involved in hearing about novels, gossips, dramas, or fiction stories. So we are inclined by ourselves, our nature itself, to hear about these novels, dramas, and fictions. So instead of hearing those, we can hear about Krishna's pastime. Again, why I'm interested to hear about fiction, I can hear about anything else. Why particularly about Krishna? Because the material contamination of dust accumulated in our heart over years and years of long association with this 3 modes of material nature can be cleansed by hearing about Krishna. Yes, of course, you will get the interest to hear about other gossips, novels, but that won't clean our heart. Krishna's pastime will clean our heart. Why so? Do we have an example for it? Yes, we have an example. Here you can see Parikshit Maharaj. He fasted for 7 days and heard. There are so many stories about hearing, but Parikshit Maharaj perfected by hearing. This is one example. Again, there are, if we take it from the scriptural perspective, Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his book, Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrita, given that there are 2 activities mainly for Krishna, that is Nitya Leela and Naimitika Leela. So Nitya Leela takes place always in Goloka Vrindavan. This Nitya Leela takes place all the time. And Naimitika Leela is occasional. So whenever Krishna going from and returning to Vraja, his killing of demons are occasional pastimes. These occasional pastimes of Krishna are unavoidable for devotees still living in the material world. So these occasional pastimes, which are unfavorable to unbroken meditation upon the daily eightfold pastime, have a significance for the instruction of an aspiring devotee. By remembering these pastimes, the devotees aspire to destroy their own sinful conduct. That's also another reason to hear about Krishna. With that in mind, let's see about the wonderful pastimes. So we heard about Krishna killing of Putana yesterday. So that happened after some time when Krishna started to turn upside down. He was cute little baby. At that time, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda thought that, okay, we want to celebrate his first birthday. So they invited all the Brahmanas to chant Vedic mantras. So all the Gopas and Gopis were started celebrating. They were so joy and happy. As you see, like everybody started visiting. And so the whole Vrindavan was in a so joyful mood. So one of the main festival on that time is bathing ceremony of Krishna. That is also called as Abhishek. Even now, everywhere we used to celebrate that Janmashtami and we used to perform this rituals of bathing. So at the time, Nanda Maharaj and Yashodama started donating so many cows and gifts to the Brahmanas and to everybody. So while performing these activities, Krishna fell asleep. So Yashodama thought like, okay, my baby is sleeping. I don't want to disturb him. So she went and put him in the bed underneath the cart. And she went to take care of the whoever the guest assembled there and to perform donation extra. So baby Krishna woke up and he was so hungry and he started crying and kicking the cart, the bed. So when he was kicking the cart and the bed, immediate that his beautiful small leg touched the wheel and there was a tremendous sound that the cart broke, as you see here, and all the utensils, whatever in it, fell down. So everybody was like, wow, what's going on? So whoever guest came there and attending that charity ceremony ran over here to see, oh, what happened? Immediately Yashodama went and grabbed Krishna and she was like, oh my God, what happened? And the kids who were watching this told them that no, Krishna kicked the wheel and it fell down like this. Nobody believed that. They were like, oh, how come he is a small little baby with his small feet? This whole big cart fell down. Something might have happened. So they were so much worried. And again, Yashodama and Nanda Maharaj invited the Brahmanas to chant the mantras. So all the evil eye over Krishna will go off. But these, the whoever got the demon Shakatasura came in the form of this cart, and Krishna kicked him and killed the demon in the cart form. His name is Sakatasura. So this happened after some time. There was another incident that Yashodama was feeding Krishna. So Krishna is Trikalagya, means he knows past, present, and future. It's Vedaham Samatitani Vartamani na Arjuna. Krishna himself says, I know the past, present, and future, but no one knows me in full. So Krishna knows someone is coming again. His name is, the demon name is Tṛṇāvarta. But Krishna wanted that even if this demon come, he should not cause more damage. He should cause very least damage, in the sense the collateral damage should be least. So what is collateral damage? It means the injury inflicted on something other than the intended target. So the demon's target was Krishna. He wanted, like, okay, you wanna come? It's like an Kaun Bare Ka Karorpati, they will say, right? I'm ready. Are you ready? Like that Krishna is saying, yeah, I'm ready. You wanna come? Okay, come. But I don't want other damages to my own associates. So to protect Yashodama and other peoples, Krishna became suddenly heavy. Yashodama couldn't keep him in her lap. So she took Krishna because he was heavy, and unknowingly or knowingly, with her subconscious level, she thought, okay, Krishna is heavy, we will keep her in the ground. She didn't took him inside the home. So she didn't put him in the creche even. She just put her in the ground. So this Sanatana Goswami has written a commentary on this. Vaishnava Toshini, he describes that when Putana came, when she tried to kill Krishna, at the time she screamed very loudly as, "Let me go, let me go." So that alarming, that screaming alarmed all the Vrajavasis. So Krishna decided, so this time I don't want to alarm the Vrajavasis. Even in Sakatasur pastime, he kicked and it was a huge, loud sound of all the things falling down. So he thought, okay, this time I don't want to cause any damage. No one should get alarmed. So he made all the arrangements like, okay, this guy is coming. I'm heavy. Yashodama put me down. Okay, I'm ready. Whoever wanna come, let them come. So Tṛṇāvarta came in the form of the whirlwind. So when the whirlwind comes, no one could see anything. They just saw suddenly a black thing, heavy wind. So everybody started running, and by the wind power, they started closing their eyes also. So one thing, the wind was so powerful and heavy. Another one, they started closing their eyes by involuntary action. So they don't know what's going on. So if we look into this Tṛṇāvarta, he practiced austerity and gained the eightfold siddhis. So one of the eightfold siddhis is Mahima Siddhi. This demon used the Mahima Siddhi and just took away Krishna. So he just took Krishna and he went up and up. Krishna's enjoying this ride with Tṛṇāvarta, going higher and higher and higher. So he was enjoying for a while. He made, if we noticed, Krishna made himself heavier. So Yasodama put him down. Now he came back to the normal, lightweight kid. So Tṛṇāvarta can easily carry the kid and he went higher and higher. Then Krishna realized, oh, Yashodama and Gopas would be so sad. They might be thinking of me. So what he did is, okay, enough of this ride. Let's end this ride. So with a small little hands, Krishna holded Tṛṇāvarta's neck so tightly that Tṛṇāvarta couldn't make any sound. He was completely choked. But Krishna's hands are very small, but that small little hand has unlimited power. So first, Krishna used that small hand and that power to choke Tṛṇāvarta. And he was trying, and this demon was trying to push Krishna away. But Krishna started increasing in weight. So as I said, first, Krishna was of normal weight. Then he increased the weight. So Yashodama put him down. Then he became to the normal weight. So Tṛṇāvarta lifted him higher and higher. Now Krishna became heavy, so heavy. So Tṛṇāvarta couldn't handle that. So he came down and fell down and crashed all over because of the height he went. So Acharya says that there was a competition between yogic power between the demon and Krishna. So this Tṛṇāvarta performed so much austerity and gained this power of heavier, or performed the eightfold siddhis, or he got the Mahima Siddhi. So he came in the whirlwind form and go higher and higher like that. But who is Krishna? Krishna is Yogeshwara. He is the source of all mystic power. Yatra Yogeshwara Harihi. So between this, the one who learned that power and who is all source of power, Tṛṇāvarta couldn't stand. So Tṛṇāvarta was trying to push away the child, but Krishna was holding him, choked his neck and became much heavier. So at last he fell down. The height which he gone up, so that he wanted to take away Krishna, that height made him to fall down. If he didn't go up to that height, he would not be injured badly. So but Krishna allowed him to go up. That same height crashed him down. Tṛṇāvarta's eye rolled out of his socket and he could not breathe. he fell down, stone slab, and dead. So when Gopas and Gopis saw that Demon was killed and Krishna was playing on his chest, they just went and took Krishna up. They just picked with great affection, and they were talking like Krishna is so pious. Therefore, he is safe from all kinds of fearful situation. And they didn't thought about like earlier that Sakatasura came, Putana came, this Tṛṇāvarta is coming. So how can these demons fell dead? That's the Vatsalya bhav of all the Gopas, and also with Yashodama. They just thought, oh my God, my child is so pure and pious. So many abstractions, so many things are happening. But still, my child is so pious and we are performing so many pious activities. That's why he is safe. That's what the bhav or the mood of the devotees over there, that they didn't think Krishna is supreme powerful. But Narta Maharaj started to think about the words of Vasudev. He said, be careful. So after this incident, there was one pleasing incident that Yashodama was nursing Krishna and patting him with great affection. And when she was feeding him, she just opened his mouth and she saw all the universe manifested in Krishna's mouth. Whole sky, all luminary stars, sun, moon, fire, islands, mountain, everything in Krishna's mouth. She just closed her eyes and she thought, whoa, what am I seeing? So this also means that even though Krishna born in this material world, he is still supreme. He is not contaminated with the supreme, with the material conditioning. So what are the inner meanings of Krishna's pastime or anarthas, or the offenses it represents? So if we take it to ourselves, if a devotee cries out humbly and sincerely to Lord Krishna to remove these demonic qualities which they represent by the demons killed by Krishna, then Krishna himself will remove those evils. But the devotees must personally work to drive out what are the anarthas I am having in my mind. Then only they can pray wholeheartedly to Krishna to remove that from their mind. One gradually improve the cultivation towards Krishna by bhajan, hearing, chanting, and meditating on the pastimes of Krishna. So as we discussed earlier, there were two Leelas, Nitya Leela and Naimitika Leela. These Putana, Sakatasura, and Tṛṇāvarta all represent the Naimitika Leela. This is occasional pastimes. So what does Sakatasura represent? The load bearing produced by old and recently acquired bad habits, philosophy, by cause of laxity and pride. So that represented by the card demon Sakatasura. And the demon Tṛṇāvarta represent vanity of false learning, consequent use of faulty arguments, dry logic, mundane discussion, association with falsely proud people. These anarthas are represented by Tṛṇāvarta. These obstacles will be removed by deity worship. If we take each one, what it represents, say Sakatasura, first one is vanity, which is pride in his own appearance and achievements. Second is habits. Bad means both old and new habits. That load bearing down one's own devotion or bhakti. Next is the misconception, carrying the load of misconception and bad philosophies in our mind and heart. Then the religious principle, not understanding the purpose of religious principle, merely carrying the burden of following them due to attachment. These four are represented by Sakatasura. Next, Tṛṇāvarta represents first is argument, attachment to false arguments, association with atheist, believing in like the chemical evaluation or the godless evaluation of how the universe formed. And with proud people, with the dry logicians, these associations also, along with attachment to material logic. Last but not least, the pride factor, pride in scholarship and material learning. A person with good qualities is like a tree with many fruits, always bowing down. A tree that does not give any good fruit, keep its head held high, all others which won't make any use. What is the use of so-called knowledge if that does not bring good character in ourselves? Krishna will not tolerate. It is just a matter of time till everything is vanquished. So if we just take this Tṛṇāvarta, we spin higher and higher with our ego to show off our vast learning or mundane achievement. We are forgetting the talents or gifts from the higher power. So the harsh lesson of our limitation will bring us crashing down like how Tṛṇāvarta falls down. Better we remember to Krishna's instructive pastime with Tṛṇāvarta, with both our feet solidly to the ground, we are as the best position to appreciate our accomplishment. That is, not to steal it away, we should serve Krishna with our humility. If we sincerely and humbly take shelter of hearing the glories of Krishna's pastime, serving his devotees, chanting his holy name, that will save us from these demons. So, before going to that, the lesson learned from these demons, if we consider Vrindavan as our heart, Krishna was present in our heart, that our heart is Vrindavan. But when Tṛṇāvarta came as a storm, he took Krishna away, which means from our heart, something is taking us away. What is that something? False pride, misleading, or pointless argument can come as a storm and they can just sweep away Krishna out of our heart. These things create doubt, confusion, delusion that we may just lose Krishna from ourselves. There are two main distractions on a spiritual path. One is the desire, another one is the doubt. So Krishna tells many times in Bhagavad Gita that offer your mind and intelligence to me, then you will come to me. So from the mind, desire springs up, and from the intelligence, doubt springs up. In that way, the mind and intelligence can both distract us from Krishna. So Krishna is saying, offer the mind and intelligence to me. So in the spiritual life, there are principles and preferences. If we take what is that principle, remember Krishna. Preferences, how do I remember Krishna? So with this, and just summarize what we discussed so far. We discussed about who is Bhagavan, who is Krishna, and why we need to hear about the pastimes of Krishna. What is that we are getting out of it? Is there any example? And what is material conditioned soul's nature of hearing it? Okay, I learned about Krishna. Why is that? We discussed about two Leelas, Nitya Leela and Naimitika Leela. And we discussed about Sakatasur and Tṛṇāvarta. And what is that Anarthas these two demons represent? And out of it, what I can take home or what we can take home from this or learn ourselves. So we won't be like this demons, which means like when we are hearing, we will think these demons appeared in long back. How can I relate it? Yes, we can still relate it by what they represent. So if these attributes are present within us, we can try to remove so we can go deeper or go closer to Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji, for giving a nice discourse on the pastimes of killing these demons and giving us the takeaway points. Wonderful class. And at this time, if somebody has questions, please raise your hand or write on the chat. In the meantime, I would like to just give a little short update on the introduction of Mataji as well. She's also instrumental in giving the Sunday classes. She manages kids and helps them to learn Vedic science. And she's been a very, very good teacher, and all the kids love her. And so if any one of you wants to enroll your kids, please feel free to reach us. We can help you to enroll as well. So any questions? Okay, so while we're waiting for the questions from the devotees, I have 2 questions, Mataji. So one is it's a little bit funny. Saktashur, he was just killed by the little kick of a little Krishna, not even 1 year old, right? So how's that? So many other pastimes, there's so much of effort is there. I mean, it's just a little funny, but I just want to have a little explanation.
For what he did?
Yeah. I mean,
So
there's
actually,
demons. The Krishna killed so many demons, like Putna, he killed it just by like sucking the life air. And it's a simple action, and simple action of just kicking this Tasur is a little bit of a height of that. So how's that happened? And maybe some insight about it in the Acharya's commentary, if you have to share.
yeah, if you take that Putana and all, they came in the humanly form, even like disguised himself, other demons like cough demon or horse demon or like snake. This one demon, he come in a form of like non-living entity as like a cart. The plan was like just to crush with Krishna, so he didn't show his full form as such outside, like how the demons appear like in a heavier, bulkier form. He was wholly disguised, nobody aware that he is there. So before he started to plan to kick out or crush Krishna, as I mentioned, like he knows past, present, and future. He knows this demon is here. So without much effort, with just one kick, before the demon come out of his own form, Krishna killed him. Maybe Ramchandra Prabhu or others can add more details about it. That's what my understanding is, Prabhu.
Thank you. Another is, I humbly request the others who have questions, please raise your hand so I know that. I know that most of people have questions, it's early morning, but it will help all of us to ask questions. It's a nice, healthy discussion. It's Saturday morning, we have little time to discuss. Mataji, is okay for you, right?
Sure, Prabhu.
And a little bit. So second question I have is, where's my question gone? Okay. I'll come back to my question. My notes, something wrong. Any other question? Okay, I have some question here.
So what do you think would happen if Krishna was here today?
Yep.
That's a nice question. I don't think all these dramas of atheism would happen. Krishna would have showed them whatever it is, this cow slaughtering, all the atheistic things won't be happening. But it is not that Krishna need to present himself here to remove that. Krishna is allowing these things to happen. He is having a very better plan for it. So I can take in another way, like Krishna was here today means it doesn't mean Krishna need to come in a physical form to show that I'm here. Krishna is there as Paramatma in everybody's heart. He is still here. That's where we have all the temples. Krishna present in temple. Krishna is present in everyone's heart. He is present in all the nature. Wherever we see, we can See Krishna, he's still here, but he's allowing these things to happen, might be one of his pastime.
I hope Angela, she got the answer. Okay. Anybody else has any questions? In the meantime, I'll just extend one little question here, or rather point Mataji mentioned, that Krishna listens to devotees' cries. So you mentioned in your explanations and takeaways, may you please explain that further? How does Krishna listens to devotees' cries?
So the point I mentioned, Prabhuji, if a devotee cries out humbly and sincerely to Krishna to remove these bad qualities of mine, Krishna will definitely help. It's also in our mood, whether if we simply say like, yeah, please take care of me, or with we are knowing that I have this false pride, I have this false ego. I know I'm having everything, but I couldn't change myself. I'm repenting, I'm presenting that I couldn't present, or I couldn't repent. Sorry, I'm repenting that I couldn't change myself. This is present in me. I know that very well. Please help me to remove it out. Krishna will definitely help. But for that, we should know what is the anarthas we are having in our mind, in our intelligence. If we doesn't know what is that we are having in our mind, we cannot repent for it. Right? We are thinking whatever I'm doing is right. Whatever I'm saying is right. Whatever the ego I'm having, it's correct. I'm having that. So when you start to feel the anarthas in your mind, then only you will repent for that. With that a repentance mood, if you pray, definitely Krishna will help. So the first point is you should self-realize yourself, what are the bad habits you are having. So as we go through all the Krishna killing the demons, each demon represent a bunch of anarthas. So we can relate it to ourselves, like, am I having this? So you can check, like, I can say, like, we, from an individual perspective, I may not agree, or our false ego won't agree to say like, yes, I have this false pride. We can discuss with our close friends or our counterparts, partners. Do you see this? There is a funny joke that if you want to know what are the bad qualities about you, just trigger your spouse. You will get to know what are the bad qualities you're having. So when you know about it, then you can contemplate on it. What are those? Then you can humbly present yourself to Krishna with all your humility and repentance. Help me to come out of it.
Thank you, Mataji. That's very, very helpful. Very nice explanation. And
so you can just trigger Shaili Mataji to know.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be more than liberated. All right. Anybody else has any questions? Okay. So once again, I want to reach any new, sorry, who's that?
There's a comment in the chat box.
Oh, comment.
I can see Pooja said, I have to add on. Sure,
yes. Sorry. Yeah. I think, as you mentioned, Shamaji, about the Krishna Leela in a very wonderful way. And, nowadays it's like what I felt is since the time we have been going through this COVID situation all across the country, I mean, whether it's India, whether it's US, all of a sudden you see, like when lockdown started in India too, Narendra Modi ji, first thing he started was with Ramayana Krishna series on television. So which means, like, as you mentioned, when we talk about Krishna Leela and whether God is he testing? I feel definitely, yes, it's a testing phase for all of us, for all our devotees, to see how we are, how well we can get out of this situation. And, it's a tough time for all of us in this COVID around. But I think this is what he wanted, that we all take a break from our daily routine and step back and worship him. And that's what, everywhere on all social medias, it's all about Krishna, who is God. All of a sudden, Bhagavad Gita people have started reading. because now it's the time that Kali Yuga is in such a stage that we are calling him and we say that, hey Lord, come and help us. So I think that's one of the, just to add up upon, as is mentioned about Krishna Leela and his testing phase and all, I think this is one of the ways, you know, he's been testing us. And I think the more we connect with him, the more we will be strong, we'll get more power in order to face the situation and come out of this tough life, which we all are going through.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's wonderful insight, Pooja. Take a break and turn and look for yourself. Reach out to God.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja. Mataji. Like your realization and explanation. Thank you so much participating in that. And I do notice that there are a few more devotees, looks like new, but maybe Jen Selva, Vicky, and some of the devotees looks like new on the group. So our welcome and Hare Krishna to you. And hopefully you enjoyed the session. Please come again. This whole Krishna book series is going to be there for whole month of Karthik. And next session is there tomorrow. Saturday, Sunday, we do the sessions on 8 a.m. So tomorrow, Sunday, next session will be by Ashish Prabhu, The Vision of the Universal Form, the 8th chapter. The nectar goes on. There's wonderful pastimes of Krishna. They all are amazing, and the devotees put their realizations and understanding of that. It helps further. So please take the benefit of it and participate in these discussions as well. Okay, so that's about Krishna book. And also note that on Sunday, we're gonna have the Sunday evening program. Class is going to start at 7:15 on the same Zoom channel. Feel free to join, and class will be given by Arjun Sakhar Prabhu, and so please try to make that. So if nobody has any questions, I would like to end the session now. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Have a Krishna conscious wonderful day. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the wonderful session. Thank you.